Before time had a name, before light pierced the darkness, there was nothing. No stars, no oceans, no breath of wind across an open field, just an infinite void, silent and formless. And then, from that absolute emptiness, God spoke. The book of Genesis opens with one of the most powerful sentences ever written. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. 6 words that carry the weight of everything that has ever existed. This is not simply a religious text. It is the foundational story of creation itself, a narrative that has shaped civilizations, inspired art, and answered the deepest human question: where did all of this come from? God's creation unfolds across 6 days, each one building upon the last with deliberate purpose and breathtaking scale. On the first day, God separated light from darkness, calling the light day and the darkness night. It was the first act of order imposed upon chaos. On the second day, he created the sky, separating the waters above from the waters below, forming what Genesis calls the firmament. By the third day, dry land emerged from the gathered waters, and the earth began to bloom. Grass, trees, and plants bearing fruit, each according to its own kind. The fourth day brought structure to time itself. God placed the sun to govern the day and the moon to govern the night, along with the stars scattered across the heavens. These were not just sources of light, but markers of seasons, days, and years. On the fifth day, the waters came alive with fish and sea creatures, and the skies filled with birds soaring above the earth. God blessed them, commanding them to be fruitful and multiply. Then came the sixth day, the most significant of all. Land animals of every kind walked the earth, and finally, at the pinnacle of creation, God made humanity. The creation of human beings stands apart from everything else in Genesis. While the rest of creation was spoken into existence, humanity was formed differently. God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness." This phrase has been studied and debated for thousands of years. What does it mean to be made in the image of God? Theologians and scholars suggest it points to qualities like reason, creativity, moral awareness, and the capacity for relationship. God formed the first man, Adam, from the dust of the ground and breathed life into his nostrils. It was an intimate act, not a distant command, but a direct, personal creation. God then placed Adam in the Garden of Eden, a paradise filled with every tree that was pleasing to the eye and good for food. But God observed that it was not good for man to be alone. So from Adam's rib, he created Eve, the first woman, completing the human story with companionship and partnership. After 6 days of creation, God rested on the seventh day. He blessed it and made it holy, setting it apart from all other days. This moment is deeply significant. The concept of rest woven into the very fabric of creation suggests that rhythm, pause, and reflection are not signs of weakness, but of divine design. The seventh day, known as the Sabbath, became a cornerstone of religious practice and a reminder that creation has a purpose beyond productivity. It is a day to step back and recognize the goodness of what exists. The book of Genesis is more than an ancient account of origins. It is a declaration that the universe is not an accident, that life carries meaning, and that human beings hold a unique place within creation. Whether read as literal history or as profound theological poetry, its message endures. Creation was intentional, humanity was crafted with care, and the world, in all its complexity and beauty, was looked upon by its Creator and called very good. That declaration, spoken at the dawn of time, continues to echo through every generation that has ever looked up at the stars and wondered why they are here.